The Ghana Football Association is still reeling from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The football governing body could just make a paltry 300,000 Ghana cedis from the gates in the last Premier League campaign. But Executive Council member Dr. Tony Aubynn insists their interest is the health of the football community. The Ghana Boxing Authority is set to earn 10 new national belts to boost the development of boxing in the country. And what was the key message from Ghana's Samson Deen that won him the Africa Paralympic elections? We have details shortly. Welcome to AM Sports with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. We start with the Ghana FA, where its president, Keto Kreko, says the football governing body is still struggling to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking to the media on the sidelines of the association's 27th Congress, Mr. Kreko said the economy has been badly hit by the pandemic, making it difficult for companies to invest in football.
Economics or finance, obviously, the pandemic has faced or affected every facet of the football ecosystem financially. I mean, I just spoke about the fact that we are engaging government and stakeholders to ensure that we could admit more fans to the stadium. That tells you that the pandemic also affected attendances at the stadium. I mean, in Africa, there's almost non-admission of fans to various stadia. The pandemic has affected companies. Companies are not having the needed resources to also invest in football. So it's been a very, very torrid time for the football industry. I would say that it's a surprise that clubs have survived up to now, and we've not had liquidation of clubs, etc., etc. But I think that it's also because the Football Association has worked closely with our clubs, we knowing each other, knowing what is happening and how to navigate ourselves out of this challenge. And I am super happy about the work that has been done so far. Super grateful to all the clubs for being patient through this challenging period and believing in the leadership of our Football Association.
Executive Committee member of the Ghana FA, Dr. Tony Aubynn, has defended the decision of the football governing body to introduce no vaccination, no entry policy to Ghana Premier League venues, despite the FA making a paltry 300,000 Ghana cedis from gate process last season. Dr. Aubynn said they are using football to encourage people to get vaccinated.
Just that one cannot gamble his or her health for pleasure, for example. So it is important that people who go to enjoy football do not put themselves at risk. I think that it is just to be cautious. I mean, it's a precaution. We want to consume the product of football, but we need to also take care of our health. COVID is not gone yet. It's not gone. I don't know whether it will ever go, but it is important that we take precautions so that we can consume our product whilst we feel safe, as far as our health is concerned.
I was privileged to have gone through your Congress document before the last week or 1.5 weeks. I noticed the FA did not even make 500,000 Ghana cedis from gate process. And that's quite disturbing. And if you're asking clubs that, or fans that you need to vaccinate before you come, isn't it quite disturbing that you need more numbers to come? You need to use the data to prove to potential partners that these are the numbers we have, these are the eyeballs we can guarantee you.
That's the issue. I mean, people think that the FA gets a lot of money, and you cannot be running football in a country just by relying on subventions that you receive from FIFA or elsewhere. And those subventions, oftentimes, they are linked to projects. FIFA brings money and says, this is what you have to use it for. And there's often no room for manipulations. So that's a challenge. But again, it is about deciding whether to play the matches without spectators or encouraging spectators to vaccinate. And in Ghana, and in fact globally now, vaccination is free. It is government calling people to go and vaccinate, and people saying, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it the next day. So what we are saying is that if you are a football fan, then please go and vaccinate so you can enjoy your product directly. Otherwise, you can only read it in the papers that your team lost or won. So it's an encouragement, it's a call to encourage Ghanaians and our football fans to take advantage of the vaccination process, and then just so they can go and watch them.
We talk boxing now, where the Ghana Boxing Authority is importing 10 new belts to boost the development of the sport in the country. Ghana has only 2 returnable national belts, and the move, according to Secretary General of the GBA, Patrick Johnson, is a desire of the new administration led by Abraham Korte Nikwe to grow the sport.
The new administration led by Abraham Korte Nikwe has planned on bringing in more title belts to enable boxers whenever they get wins and national title belts, they will, keep it. But for now, we just have 2 that is returnable, which when a boxer wins a national title belt, he will keep it for like a week or 2, then he will return it to the office. But now we've gone in for new ones, which are on its way coming, and very soon we are going to have 10 new national title belts that will be presented to every boxer who wins a title, and it's going to be for keep.
How worrisome has this been for the Ghana Boxing Authority? Because you have a key mandate of motivating boxers, and if for me to win a national title belt and you can keep it for just 1 week, I feel just maybe some boxers will be demoralized.
Not demoralized per se, but that is the situation we find ourselves into, and we are trying our possible best to, manage it and also go beyond it. That's the reason why I said from the beginning that although it wasn't all that good for National Boxing Authority, but the new administration now is going to rectify things and making sure that things are going to move forward, and boxing is going to be set at the top sporting discipline as well.
So how many belts are coming?
10 new title belts. And even it's supposed to be in, but it delayed in Dubai, but we've been able to rectify things, and very soon we are going to receive it. So now every boxer that wins the national title belt is going to keep it for good.
After more than a decade of David Ashon's administration, the Ghana Basketball Association over the weekend elected for itself a new set of executives. Alo Van-Ess faced off competition from Dr. Andrew Kwesi Kuma and is now the new president of the GBBA. There's more in the following report.
In total, 4 portfolios: President, Vice President Administration and Finance, Vice President Technical and Development Programs, and Treasurer were contested for. Team Van-Ess, led by Alo Van-Ess, was up against Team Kwesi Kuma, led by Dr. Andrew Kwesi Kuma, and the former managed to grab all positions available. Alex Kukula was elected Vice President Administration and Finance. Idris Ayimbiri was elected Vice President Technical and Development, while Aurora Commodore Tupa, the only female executive, was elected Treasurer. New GBBA President Alo Van-Ess expressed delight with being elected as Association President and signaled a desire to involve all in his agenda to extend the limits of the game in the country.
It's great, and it's great because it's not all about me or my the elected executives. It's about all stakeholders, including you, including everybody who has interest and who can develop basketball. So it's an all-inclusive development, and the feeling is great. Everybody is on board.
The GBBA for a decade has been unable to organize Congress, so after its successful organization over the weekend, Van-Ess believes the bigger picture for basketball in the country is the association's ability to finally reorganize themselves.
In basketball, we see it this way, that basketball has won. We are not too much even going to go into the details of who won, how many votes did you get. No, we don't work like that. So we work in this way that we've been able to have a successful Congress. So we all sit down. And then we have plans. All the plans are scattered. Strategic plan here. These people have plans. This person has plans. This constituents. So we're going to consolidate all these plans. So 2 things: we consolidate all these plans to have one strategic plan for the next 5 years, and consolidate all the regional and scattered constitutions to also have one constitution. And that will serve as a guideline for all of us to move. Now, Mind you, I always refer to you, I always point to you that we are all in it together. So we all sit down and get this room up. And this is going to be done within the next 2 months, because we will start our year one from 2022. That's how we're planning. So this 22 months is going to be very hot for all of us, including you.
For 11 years, the David Ashram administration, which has led basketball in Ghana, has finally handed over to Alo Van-Ess and his team of executives. Mr. Alo Van-Ess, who is the new president of the association, tells us that he intends to start work right immediately to push the limits of Ghana basketball to even greater heights. Reporting for Joy Sports from the Accra Sports Stadium, my name is Michelle Kweti-Kweno.
Now let's talk about Paralympics now, and President of the National Paralympics Committee, Samson Deen, has been elected the new head of the Africa Paralympics Committee at an ongoing General Assembly in Rabat, Morocco. Samson Deen polled 24 of the total votes cast, beating Morocco's Hamid Al-Ouni, who polled just 15. Mr. Deen replaces the outgoing APC boss, Lionel Da Rocha Pinto, who has been in charge for 13 years. He's been speaking to Joy Sports about the message that won him the elections.
Well, I feel happy, but I need to end the celebration and focus on working. I've been overwhelmed by the situation. I first of all want to give thanks to the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. His government has done so well to make sure that Ghana achieve this status on the African continent. The victory is not for me, but it's for the President of the land. His government made sure that I will get the needed support required by a government to make sure that this victory is chalked on the soil of Morocco. In fact, they sent a delegation and led by the Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports. And I would say, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf has done really a great job. This is the kind of leadership we need in Ghana. Leadership that will focus on good things for the country. My promise and assurances to Africans are clear. As I said in front of delegates, I told them a vote for Samson Deen is a vote for leadership. I am born to lead, and I have examples to prove. They know what I can do. In fact, at Congress, they attest to the fact that all motions that I supported won, because we knew that we needed those changes in our constitution and in our Paralympic movement in Africa. You need to study the terrain and understand what really is the message. Our message won.
Now let's talk about the UEFA Champions League, where the matches will be happening later tonight. The likes of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Chelsea is going to be in action. It's the opposite of what happened just a couple of weeks ago. So tonight is Malmo FF. They'll be hosting Chelsea. Wolfsburg will also sit at home and host Real Bull Salzburg. Atalanta will play Manchester United. Bayern Munich will come against Benfica. Dynamo Kiev will host struggling Barcelona. Juventus will sit at home and come up against Zenit St. Petersburg, and Sevilla will come up against Lille. Villarreal will also come up against Young Boys. These are the fixtures for tonight's UEFA Champions League. That's our time for AM Sports with me, Muftau Nabila Abdaba. We do have more sports stories to share with you on myjoyonline.com. We appreciate your company.